Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So in this video I'm going to talk about how much a student can earn if he is working as a part-time in a foreign countries as a student. So I'm going to describe what are the factors that's going to influence the amount the student is going to earn when he's working like a student. So the part-time jobs are really benefit for the students. So from the part-time job itself, the students can earn a really decent amount which they can use to repay their loans, or they can be used for the living expenses. They really get a decent amount when they're working like a students in the part-time job. So generally speaking, like what is the amount they earn, the students earn, a lot of factors influence that actually. Concerning part-time job, there are two categories. One is skilled part-time job, another is unskilled part-time job. Sometimes you will have some desired skills that match with the job and you will be paid some higher amount. But unlike in most of the cases, for the part-time job, you don't have that skill, then you will be paid the base salary. That's the minimum wage that is allotted to that job for that industry. See some factors that influence the amount that we earn in a part-time job. The first thing is obviously the country, which country you are going to study and how's the industry. So the first thing is the country where you're going to study and what is the minimum wage set for those country. Some countries will have hourly wage of $12 and some countries will have higher minimum wage. So the industries cannot pay below the minimum wage. They have to maintain at least above the minimum wage. The first thing is the country where they have declared the minimum wage is to be like $12 or $15 or $18. So this is based on the country, the first important thing. And the next important thing is industry. Once you are in a particular country and now you have a minimum wage. The next thing is the industry. Different industries will have different pay scale, different pay ranges from minimum range to the maximum level. So it depends on the industry. Which industry are you working? Are you working in some oil and gas industry, like some internship? Are you working in as a restaurant? So what kind of industry are you working? And the third important thing is whether you are a skilled candidate or unskilled candidate. For example, you are working in a part-time job that has a requirement that you should know some desired skills. So the skill is very, very important. Maybe you need to have some programming skills if you're about to do some internship for 1 month or some 3 months. If you have that skill, then you will be paid at least above than the minimum wage. You will be paid a decent amount. Otherwise, if you don't have that skill, then you will be paid the minimum wage. Like for example, it is based on the industry as well. Very, very important that you have that skill and you choose a part-time job that you have a skill or you developed some skill. That's why you can have it meaningful after you completed the part-time job. Maybe for a full-time job also you can show this as an experience. So yeah, this is very, very important. You should keep in mind. So when I was working like a student in different part-time jobs, I know what is the minimum wage they give. For a summer internship, you can earn a pretty decent amount. But for other part-time jobs like teaching assistant or some other work or unskilled work, like if you're going to do some cafeteria work or some other work like supermarket work or some other, there the minimum wage will be very, very less. But it will be matching the minimum wage set by the country. But if you're working in some internship job in the university or some teaching assistant job, you will be getting a decent amount. For example, the minimum wage, if you are working as a teaching assistant in Norway universities, it can vary from like 170 kroner per hour or 180 kroner per hour. It depends. And if you're working like a summer internship, you can get up to 200 or even higher, slightly higher, 200 kroner per hour. So remember that you can only work 20 hours per week if you are studying as a student. And in the summer, you can allow to work full week, like 40 hours or 37.5 hours. It is depend on the country. So when you are working like 20 hours, then just imagine if you are having hourly pay of 200 kroners, you will get a really decent amount. So in a month, if you are working some 80 hours, you will roughly get 12,000 to 15,000 kroners. Based on type of the job, whether you are working as a teaching assistant or working as a cafeteria supermarket. So 12,000 kroners per month is really a decent amount. it can help you to cover your living expenses. Pretty decent amount that can help the students. Most of the countries in USA and Australia, I know my friends, and they also got a lot of part-time jobs. So yeah, they also make a decent amount of money when they are working in a part-time job. So part-time job is like actually better paid, because the countries usually maintain the minimum wage per hour for the employees. So you have to like try to be keeping only one thing in mind. Try to learn down on a part-time job that is best suit your career in the long term. Like you can take this part-time job, but then you can also think about whether the skills I am developing now can be benefit for me in the future. What are the things I'm going to do afterwards? Whether I'm going to continue my job in the same industry, or I'm going to continue a job in other industry. So if I'm going to continue a job in other industry, then why I have to do this part-time job now? Whether I can maybe wait for some time, or I can search for some better jobs. So these are the things you should actually keep in mind. So try to go always a relevant part-time job for your studies. That can really help to benefit you, and maybe you can get some full-time job based on that as well. Yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you found this useful, please subscribe to my channel and follow me for more content.